We learned in the first video about the first step in crop production, that is, preparation of soil. We also understood how agriculture originated, why we need to do agriculture, and the definition and types of crops. Today in this video, we will learn about the next 4 steps. These are sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, and protecting from weeds. As discussed in the previous video, these 4 steps are crop management steps, where the farmer manages the crops on the farm. So let's read about the second step in crop production and management, sowing. Sowing is planting of seeds in the soil. Before sowing, it is important to select the good quality, clean and healthy seeds of good variety which give high yield. A good method of selecting healthy seeds is putting them in a water vessel and see which ones float and which sink. The healthy seeds sink while the unhealthy seeds float because they have become hollow and lighter. Seeds are sown using traditional funnel-shaped tools or by using the modern seed drill. Here you can see the traditional tool is shaped like a funnel. The pipe end is pierced into the loose plowed soil and seeds filled into the funnel deposit easily in the soil. The seed drill is driven by a tractor and saves time and labor. It sows the seeds at equal distance and depth and also covers them with soil after sowing. It prevents overcrowding of seeds. The next step is adding manure and fertilizers. In order to feed the huge human population, crops are cultivated continuously on the field, one after another. This makes the soil poor in nutrients. Now, for soils to replenish their nutrients, they should either be left uncultivated for some time or additional nutrients should be added to the soil. The additional substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. Another way of replenishing soil nutrients is crop rotation, that is, growing different crops alternatively. Here you can see how manure and fertilizers look. It is important that you know how these look because we will be differentiating between these two. In this table, manure and fertilizers have been differentiated in altogether 4 points. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung and plant residues, while fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. Manure can be prepared in the fields, while fertilizers is prepared in the factories. Manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. Fertilizers do not provide any humus to the soil. Manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients, while fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Okay. Now I hope all of you must have heard that chemical fertilizers are not good for our health, and a lot of organic farming is taking place these days. Manure is used in organic farming, so you should know what are the advantages of manure. It enhances the water holding capacity of soil. It makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases becomes easy. It increases the number of friendly microbes in the soil, and it improves the texture of the soil. Okay, so till now we learned 2 steps. The seeds have been planted and additional nutrients have been given to it in the form of manure and fertilizers. Now the next and a very important thing to do is to give water to the seeds and plants. This step is irrigation. We studied earlier that plants need water to do photosynthesis. The supply of water to crop plants at regular intervals is called irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. Now this question must come in your mind as to why do we need to water the plants? Water is used by the seeds to germinate. Water is absorbed by the plant roots. Along with water, minerals and fertilizers are also absorbed. Water also protects the plants from extreme cold like frost and extreme heat like hot air currents. So this is why we need to provide water to the plants via irrigation. The sources of irrigation are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, canals, etc. Some traditional methods of irrigation include moat, chain pump, tekli and rahat. Water is lifted from wells, lakes and canals by the use of cattle or human labor. Now these are cheap but less efficient methods. Now you can see in this slide two modern methods of irrigation are given: the sprinkler system and the drip system. Sprinkler system is useful in uneven land. The system consists of pipes and rotating nozzles, and it causes a rain effect. It is useful for lawns and coffee plantations. Drip system is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens and trees. In this system, the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. It is useful in areas with high water scarcity. Okay, so till now we have supplied nutrients and water to the crops. Now the water and the nutrients will help other unwanted plants or weeds to grow also. These unwanted crops have to be removed to protect the crop. Hence, the fifth step, protection from weeds. Weeds are undesirable plants growing naturally along with crops. They compete with the crops for water and nutrients and may also be poisonous sometimes, so they should be identified and removed. The removal of crops is called weeding. Ways of weeding include tilling before sowing, manual removal by a khurpi, or by using weedicides like 2,4-D. The best time to do weeding is before they produce flowers and seeds. You can see this farmer taking all precautions while spraying weedicides. Weedicides are harmful for human health, so they should be used very carefully. Nose and mouth should be covered while spraying. And this brings us to the end of the second part of this video series of Chapter 1. I hope you understood the steps clearly. However, if you have any doubts or questions, feel free to ask me in the comments or via phone, WhatsApp or mail mentioned in the description box. We will study steps 6 and 7, which are harvesting and storage, in the third and the last part video. Till then, you take care of yourself.